welcome to the 26th Annual Teen Recognition Awards Dinner. My name is Ian Coyle. I want to thank you for joining us in this unique setting for what is certain to be a memorable event. Planning an event of this magnitude during a global pandemic takes an incredible amount of organization and creativity, and I would like to take a moment to recognize Mary Goldenshoe and the Livingston County Youth Board for all their efforts in making this event possible. The Teen Recognition Award was developed in 1995 for the purpose of recognizing high school teens who are committed to community improvement, demonstrated leadership, and/or role models to others by overcoming personal challenges. The 76 youth being recognized this evening have all met this criteria during a time when opportunities at school and in the community were significantly limited. Even though many organizations were on pause, these teens adapted in the face of adversity and found new opportunities to make a difference. And the nominators took notice. Even with a lot of interaction being done virtually, the nominators were able to recognize these youth making a difference in all of our communities. Without the nominators' efforts to identify these actions, we wouldn't be having an event. I would also like to recognize the Vintage Inn and Party Man Catering for their willingness to partner with us on the concept that allowed us to recognize all of our nominees together in a safe and socially distant event. Lastly, I would like to recognize my board, the County Board of Supervisors, for their continued support of this event. Despite the financial challenges facing our government, this board remains steadfast in their support of this event and it wanting to continue this year. I would now like to welcome Livingston County Sheriff Tom Doherty to lead us in the Pledge of Allegiance. We will then follow that with the Chairman of the Board of Supervisors, Dave Lefebvre, to introduce our keynote speaker.
Good evening, folks. Sheriff Tom Doherty here. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, and have a great evening.
Good evening. I'd like to welcome everyone this evening on behalf of the Livingston County Board of Supervisors. This is truly a great ceremony, a great event that we have each year to recognize some very outstanding youth and teens in our communities, and just very proud to be part of this event and glad that we're able to have at least some recognition this year after last year with the pandemic. It's my honor this evening to welcome and introduce our keynote speaker. Tyler Wescott is our speaker for this evening. He was, in 2009, was an award winner at this same recognition. He received his recognition for contributions in the Nunde and Portage communities. He volunteered with Special Olympics, and his personal credo was to help people not belittle others for their differences. He was active in band, both high school and jazz. At age 14, he organized his own band and recorded multiple CDs. Much of Tyler's music reflected themes of tolerance, peace, and the impact of violence on the world. Today, Tyler is a well-known musician in the Buffalo and Rochester area. He gives back to his community, raising money and collecting food for the Buffalo Friends of the Night people, a charitable organization that helps the poor and homeless and destitute. He often plays for nursing homes and schools and hosts touring musicians at his home, and in turn has friends all over the country. His band, Folk Faces, released their second CD last summer, and he is a featured musician on the Observers and Black Rock Zedco CDs. In addition, he has two other projects he has developed: Banjo Juice Jazz Band and a gypsy jazz group called the Paper Roses. He and his band annually host Folk Faces Fest, drawing musicians and groups from all over the country. To learn more about Tyler's music, visit https:/www.folkfacesmusic.com. www.untitled.com. So with this, I would like to introduce Tyler to please tell us a little bit about what he's been doing since 2009 and inspire us as to all the good things that can happen. So thank you.
I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. William Ernest Henley. Success is what you make of it. They say if you love what you do, you never work a day in your life. And if you truly love what you do, not just say you do or pretend to love it, and you are happy, then no one can tell you that you aren't successful. You create your own happiness. Don't rely on others to do that. You'll be disappointed if you do. That doesn't mean you don't have to try. And that doesn't mean that you won't have to ask for help. Failure is a valuable lesson. Know your limits, but do not settle. Set boundaries, but don't aim low and be pleasantly surprised. Try again. Trust yourself, push yourself to do the right thing because it's the right thing to do, not because you're looking for praise or reward. My name is Tyler Wescott. I'm a full-time musician, singer-songwriter, performer, activist, festival promoter based out of Buffalo, New York, but I grew up in Hunt, New York. I am a past recipient of the Teen Recognition Award. First of all, I'd like to congratulate you all and thank the board for the opportunity to speak to you all about my life. When I was a young man, I was very angry. I was disenchanted, looking for something more, rebelling against people who helped me form who I am today. I've seen friends go down the hard road and it isn't pretty. I'm really glad I had a wake-up call and found my passion young. High school is an awkward time where you're trying on different things, and my advice to you is to find what you love and try to be excellent at that thing. And if your thing makes less money than someone else's thing, don't worry about it too much, because that person might make more money, but they might not be happy. So try to be tolerant, try not to judge people. Everyone has their own life and battles that they're living and waging. No one really knows what anyone else has been through. Being a full-time artist isn't all sunshine and rainbows, but I think everyone goes through the same ups and downs. Music is my life and my passion, and I'm very lucky that I've been able to make it work. The path of the artist may be an unconventional or alternative one, but here are some of the perks of being self-employed. I create my own schedule. I choose to accept or turn down work depending on pay, travel, or other details. I'm not afraid to ask for help. I've been living in Buffalo, New York for about 10 years and been making a living as a full-time musician for about half that time. I travel as a solo artist. I also play with multiple projects. My band, Folk Faces, has done many tours across the country. We've played in almost every state between New York and Louisiana. We've played shows in New Orleans, Ottawa, Canada, Asheville, North Carolina, New York City, to name a few. I've played for senators, played at the state capitol for the 4th of July celebration. My groups have won awards and shared the stage with big bands like Cage the Elephant and Peter Rowan and more. We've played big music festivals like Kerfuffle and Grassroots, the Great Blue Heron, among others. I've recorded almost 10 albums that are available all across the internet. But some of the most rewarding parts of my job are meeting people and giving back and bringing joy to people and helping out others. Volunteering is good for the soul. I've played many gigs at nursing homes for social and political causes, charity events. Once a year, my band always plays for the Small Animal Hospital here in Buffalo. I throw a show every year that features local musicians and artists collaborating and collecting canned goods and clothing for the local soup kitchen and homeless shelter. I've also organized a benefit to help the people of Louisiana after the hurricane a few years ago. The community's always there if you need them and call on them. I also host my own music festival called Folk Faces Fest, which is entering its fifth year. We've hosted Grammy winners and small town heroes alike. A lot of my job is organizing and herding cats, or musicians. Bringing joy is important, and if I can make people smile, laugh, or just be entranced, or cry, feel nostalgic, or inspired, or angry about what I'm angry about, then I'm doing my job right. And as long as people feel something. Granted, people have gotten pretty good at ignoring the guy in the corner of the room with the acoustic guitar, but there's ways to get around that. With inventive songwriting, compelling ideas, musicianship, banjos, and more banjos. They get people's attention. So whether you want to be a musician or a doctor, there's always going to be people who need both types of healing. If you want to fix computers, build skyscrapers, be a lawyer or an athlete, be a mechanic or the president, a food service professional or an astronaut, please go out into the world and do what you do well. I think we should all strive to be happy and try to make the world a better place while doing what we love. Congratulations to you all this evening. I'm so honored to be asked to be part of this event and to offer my 2 cents to you budding Good Samaritans. I'd like to sing you a song now about a man from my hometown in Nunde, New York, who also seemed to have chosen an alternative path. Even though many people judged him, I felt he always seemed happy enough just living his life the way he was. This song is called Pop Can Bob. Thank you all. Talking Bob is a man from Livingston County. I'll never forget the way he'd ride around and search for his aluminum bounty. Leads a simple life and always keeps on task. Does he have a house, kids, or a wife? People often ask. Public service, yes, he cleans the streets and the roads. Seemingly he's impervious, yes, he works in the elements in the heat or the cold. He looks like a hillbilly, he's a little unkempt and misunderstood. What is he up to really, or is he just trying to do some good? Raising money for his alcohol habit, or is he just trying to keep the world clean? Dodging cans people throw from their trucks like a rabbit, dang, why are people so mean? You see him here and you see him there, and it seems like there's someone like him in every town, everywhere. Pursuit of the bottle deposits the pavement he bounds, and the world's so much cleaner. Pop can bob around. Next time you look, oh, have no fear, oh, just be glad like I am that he's here. Bob and Bob is a man from Livingston County. I'll never forget the way he'd ride around and search for his aluminum bounty. Thank you all.
Thank you, Tyler, for that inspiring message. We're now ready to commence with the recognition of our award winners. Before we do, one correction, I had misspoken and said the Vintage Inn. I meant the Vintage Drive-In for their hospitality and for their accommodations here. Today I want to thank them again for all their hard work in making this a reality this year. Thank you.
From the town of Avon, Bridget Hayes, Isaac Knapp, Emma Kostraba, Brian Lewis, Aiden Lowe, Ella Vanderbilt.
From the town of Caledonia, Jesse Churchill, Ethan Donahue, Haley Morin, Abigail Richter, Hallie Van Dyne, and Caitlin Zahler.
From the town of Kinesis, Maddox Olson.
From the town of Geneseo, Michaela Bugby, Angelita Clark, and Nick Lamb.
From the town of Groveland, Bryce Ablin and Shonda C. Crane Yackley. Congratulations.
From the town of Leicester, Mackenzie Englert, Morgan Hanna, Philip Koch, Calagaro Scott.
And from the town of Lima, Jordan Proctor.
From the town of Livonia, the nominees are Elizabeth Fitzgerald, Abigail Graham, Alyssa Healy, Sarah Niddle, and Emma Perbanich.
From the town of Mount Morris, Elisa Carpenter, Mary Rose Covino, Lee Garrick, Melissa Huffman, Jean James, Anna Johnson, Michael Longdon, Mackenzie Miller, Heather Morer, Natalie Muscarella, Trinity Muscarella, Ethan Provino, Brittany Rathburn, Sarah Rogers, Lance Ward, Alima White, and Trinity Williams.
From the town of North Dansville, Maggie Bacon, Michaela Cox, Owen Frederici.
From the town of Nunday, Cameron Bean, Jesse Eaton, Megan Guy, Jenna Loper, Malaya Ross.
From the town of Ocean, Jonah Gray, Connor Knapp, and Madison Lee.
Hi, I'm Ivan Davis, supervisor for the town of Portage, and I would like to congratulate Jordan Luther and also Mason Pike from the town of Portage.
From the town of Sparta, we wish to congratulate Gavin Brooks.
From the town of Springwater, Andrew Allison, Karen Baker, Promise Chapman, Jasmine Hannon, Sarah Hoppo, Kaylee Johnson, Savannah Johnson, Justin Knapp Jr., Michaela Neitz, Kendra Stewart, Mason Willis.
From the town of West Sparta, Lydia Cruckton,
from the town of York, Sydney Boyd, Haley Eddy, Michelle Gates, Anna Mae Linus, Stephanie Shunk.
Of security, let justice roll down like a mighty stream. Resurrect our American dream, 'cause